Gretchen, and this is Tim, and together we're getting ourselves and our boat ready to sail into the sunset. In today's episode, we do a little shakedown sailing. Today's plan is to sail from Shelter Island, Mooring Ball, to Mariners Cove in Mission Bay. Around the corner here to High Seas Fuel Dock to fill up our fuel, which we haven't done since May 25th of 2021. We filled up, no drama, got in here super easy, and went to start the engine to back out and head on out to start sailing, and could not get the engine started. So Tim jumped on the phone. We called Mike, who you've seen in a lot of episodes, and
just so happened he was right here.
He was right here. He likes us, and he has come on board. We're still sitting here at the fuel dock. Fortunately, there's another side to the fuel dock, and it's not super busy, so we're kind of camped out here, but they're being cool about it. And I think we're gonna hopefully get this fixed so that we can carry on and actually head up to Mission Bay still. Fingers crossed.
So when you have a helm that's too far away,
okay,
they can't run a power one. And I'm gonna put this on and see if which has got power.
when you're done, look at my handiwork here to fix the... I bought new switches and just cleaned everything up with everything that you taught me. I thought you'd be proud. I couldn't wait to show you that.
So we thought we'd break our starter solenoid so you could come by and take a look at it.
We missed you so much, Mike. We haven't seen you for a few days. Today's lesson is I learned that unlike a car, there's a solenoid on the starter, like a normal starter, but this one has a solenoid in between. That Mike says on boats, it's for when the starting button is way far away, so they need a solenoid to bridge the distance from there to the actual solenoid. But that solenoid's working, and after all this tearing it apart and figuring out what works and what isn't working, there's a burnt wire from the auxiliary solenoid down to the starter solenoid. Just melted, it's gone. So first of all, we're gonna jumper that solenoid because it's not needed. It's literally right next to, it's on the back of the engine, the starter's right there, so we don't need it. So we're gonna jumper across there and run a new wire down to the starter solenoid. And that should fix it all.
Let's see how this is gonna work. I'm just gonna bypass it quickly, double check it.
On, push the button.
Finally leaving San Diego Bay to go somewhere. So Tim, how many days till retirement?
69.
We got the engine started and stopped and started and stopped and started and stopped. So we are leaving. We're headed south to go north. Is that right?
Yeah, you got to go out a certain amount of ways south to get away from these kelp beds before you turn. It's not really north, it's kind of northwest, isn't it?
Yep. I guess we could have motored around Point Loma, but you still have to come out here.
We should sail it.
I agree. That's why we're sailing.
If you wanted to get somewhere fast, you'd be like that dick at the fuel dock. You buy a big ass boat and you shove people out of your way to fill up your tanks. If you ever watch this YouTube video, The Office, you are a selfish prick.
Oh.
You're not going to publish that, are you?
Well, that rant, let me tell you what happened. We went to fuel up this morning, and we went to the fuel dock that's closest to the mooring field. I don't know if it's closest. Anyway, we went to this fuel dock. And as we were coming around, we were getting all of our fenders and everything set up, and we were making our approach to the fuel dock to have the fuel dock to port. And a big power boat came in and cut right in front of us, nosed in front of us with his starboard side to the fuel dock. And it was so obvious that we were coming in. Tim was up on the deck. I was driving straight line right into the fuel dock. And so I just stayed really close to just make the point. And then we were yelling at him as we went by, and he was totally ignoring us. And I said, I know you can hear me. But he was not making any eye contact. It was so jerky. And then in the time that then we missed our approach. So then we were circling back around, and then 3 Navy boats came in. And so we were gonna have to wait there forever. So we went to a different fuel dock, which actually worked out okay, because then we were on Shelter Island versus Harbor Island, and that's where our mechanic happened to be. So Mike was able to come help us with our starter. So actually, power boater,
did us a favor.
Thanks so much.
About to leave,
hard work.
already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out.
After a quick little sail, we made it to Mission Bay and anchored next to our friends, our sister ship, Calm Seas.
Be free with me. Be free. Be free.
We are having a very successful shakedown. We were on anchor last night we slept on anchor last night for the first time. No problems. We figured out how to clean the bottom of our dinghy that had growth because it's been in the water for a couple of weeks. We used a piece of chainmail. We let it dry, and then it just got super crusty, and we just used some chainmail and sloughed it off. And then I just got stung by a bee. Haven't been stung by a bee or anything since I was 10, so didn't know if I was gonna have a reaction. But we have ice packs in the freezer, so I just put ice on it. All good. I don't feel numb. I think I'm talking clearly. I administered first aid to Tim's toe, which he stubbed twice. So did that. We had everything we needed for that. We cleaned up the boat. We're gonna have visitors from our sister ship over there, Calm Seas. They're gonna come over and check out all the stuff we've been doing to the boat. And we inflated the stand-up paddleboard for the first time. Well, we did it in our apartment right when we bought it, but she's never been launched. So we're gonna do that today. Not sure what my best mounting prospect is gonna be.
I would say knees. That's how Johnny got on.
And I think sideways. I might have to come back for a costume change.
You fall in?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a stand-up paddleboard, not a kneel paddleboard.
I'm not brave enough.
No, you gotta go back. Yep.
So we've picked up a scooter on our chain. That is insane. After some swift boat hook work by Tim, we got the scooter off the chain, left Mission Bay, headed back to our mooring ball after a successful weekend on anchor. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, like this episode, check out our blog, and follow us on Instagram for real-time updates. We'll see you next time.